Hi, my name's Kokila, otherwise better known as Koki to all my students. I've been running the Academy of Modern Dance for the past 15 years. I actually started my dance career when I was a kid because my mother is a classical Indian dancer. So you could say dancing's been in the family. We all were trained in classical. At the age of 6, I started ballet, and I guess somewhere along the line, as I grew, my interest turned to the Western side, and I got the opportunity when I went to study in England to actually join up a formal dance school, as in a dance college, and do my bachelor's in performing arts. And I guess that's where I slowly started and decided that this was going to be what I wanted to do. So when I came to Chennai, initially I was keen on continuing with my dance. So I went to the British Council, and they were the ones who told me, why don't you go and check the Russian Cultural Center? They do have ballet classes there. So this was, in the early 90s. So when I did come to the Russian Cultural Center, at that time there was a lady called Mrs. Bastian who was running ballet classes here. And so I went and I met her, and she said, oh, but what we teach is all junior classes, and there's really nothing for your level. I said, it's okay, madam, can I at least come in and use the bar and stretch, and at least I get to do some form of dancing, it doesn't matter which level it is. And that's how I came to the Russian Cultural Center. When I knew that that I was going to settle and live here, the only alternate was to start a dance school, because Chennai or India at that time didn't have Western dance companies, or companies where you could professionally dance, especially if you're talking ballet or jazz or contemporary or something of that sort. So in order to run a dance school, I know it's very easy, everyone thinks that to start up a dance school or to run a school is easy, but actually matter of fact it isn't, and I wanted to do it the right way. So I went to Singapore, to the Nanyang University, to do my teacher's training in dance. 2 years I was up there, did my teacher's training, got my affiliations with the RAD, with the CSTD and various other boards, because each board is slightly unique in the sense they have different styles that you can certify and run classes with. So I came back with the idea of starting a school, and initially that was a bit difficult, because whoever we approached or we spoke to said, when we went and we said, oh, we're interested in starting up a dance school, would you like to be a part of it? And being in the 90s, that was when things were opening up here, so we thought we'd connect ourselves with a few big corporates that would help us brand up, and it would be easier. However, when we did approach a few people, they said, dance, yeah, we can understand you're talking classical Indian and traditional and stuff, and this is how people were. I presume it's changing today, but we said, no, we're talking ballet and jazz and Western forms of arts. And they said, ballet, dance, I said, yes, yeah, but because for them, I guess it was also visualizing, because they've always seen foreigners do ballet, and you're talking ballet, and looking at me, and I said, like, are you sure you know what you're talking about? And when we said it's more education based, because it has a set syllabus, and it has examinations and takes you from your grading level right up to your diploma level, they just thought I was talking off my hat. So trying to get someone to help us along to start this was difficult. I think for nearly a year and a half, we were trying to figure out how to start up, what to do, ask for help. Finally, my husband and I just said, look, we met at the Russian Cultural Center, what better place, why don't we go and approach them and ask them if we would get a space to start what you wanted to start. When we did come, and they were very encouraging, and I thought, why not? You know, this is where we met, this is where we started. What better place to start my own school? And so that's how we started. The school on its own offers ballet, jazz, tap, contemporary, hip-hop, ballroom, salsa, you know, and we also have fitness classes as well. And we've just introduced Zumba as well. But all classes that we offer are certified and exam-based. We have examiners who come in from Australia for our ballet, jazz, and tap. And then we have examiners who come in from the UK for our ballroom and hip-hop. We also have kids as young as 4 years old sitting exams. And I think the oldest that we have in our class is 60. So we have a wide variety. It doesn't matter with your age or your size or whatever, everyone ends up doing the same thing. I think, I know for sure that my school is probably one of the schools that has the most number of women in class. I think, like we always keep saying, it's the girls who rule over here. We have more girls than boys over here. I guess probably the boys get scared of all the girls in class, or because the girls bully the boys, yeah. But the other interesting fact is when I did start, of course, a lot of the adults asked me, you know, exams, why do you want us to sit exams? And I said, well, that's the curriculum, because you sit a level, you finish your exam, and then you get into the next level. You need to understand that this is a school, that's why it's called an academy, and it's not a studio where you just come in and, you know, just dance for a month or two. So initially for that, for people to understand and people to accept, you know, exams as in dance, but in exams form, and you know, and we treat it like kids going to school. We start from grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Took a while for people to, you know, understand or accept it. However, throughout the years now, I do have a lot of people who probably, you know, a lot of NRIs or, you know, foreigners who are expats who are now living here in Chennai actually come looking for me and like, oh yes, my daughter used to do the RAD, or my daughter used to do the ISTD, we'd like her to continue. And I say, yeah, this is the exam that we run, and you know, this is the level she's finished, she continues on to the next level. So it is something that people are getting aware of with exams.